1. What is the primary purpose of the Special Purpose Examination, SPEX, in professional licensing? A. To evaluate a candidate's general knowledge of business administration. B. To assess a candidate's proficiency in a specific professional field. C. To test the candidate's communication skills with clients. D. To determine a candidate's understanding of regulatory compliance. 2. Which of the following is an essential principle of adult learning? A. Adults learn best through passive, lecture-based learning. B. Adults learn most effectively when they can apply knowledge to real-world scenarios. C. Adults prefer content that is theoretical and abstract. D. Adults retain information best through memorization. 3. In curriculum development, which of the following is most important when designing a learning objective? A. Ensuring the objective is aligned with assessment methods. B. Making sure the content is highly technical. C. Focusing solely on theoretical knowledge. D. Ensuring the objective is broad and unspecific. 4. Which of the following is a key component of effective communication in the workplace? A. Speaking loudly to ensure everyone hears. B. Using technical jargon to demonstrate expertise. C. Active listening and understanding others' perspectives. D. Speaking only when asked. 5. In the context of regulatory compliance, which of the following would be considered a violation? A. Reporting suspicious activity to authorities. B. Following all company guidelines and policies. C. Ignoring established safety protocols to save time. Documenting all actions and decisions according to company policy. 6. What is the most appropriate method of assessing a learner's understanding in a competency-based educational environment? A. Multiple choice tests only. B. Practical application and demonstration of skills. C. Passive observation without active engagement. D. Written assignments and theoretical assessments only. 7. How can mentoring techniques be best utilized in the workplace to encourage employee development? A. By providing clear, constructive feedback and guidance. B. By allowing employees to work without supervision. C. By giving employees tasks without discussing performance. D. By withholding feedback to allow self-discovery. 8. What is the primary difference between formative and summative assessments in education? A. Formative assessments evaluate long-term learning, while summative assessments are for final grades. B. Formative assessments are given after the course ends, while summative assessments occur throughout the course. C. Formative assessments provide ongoing feedback, while summative assessments evaluate final achievement. D. Summative assessments are for small groups, while formative assessments are for individual work. 9. What is the first step in developing a curriculum that aligns with professional standards? A. Identifying the required learning outcomes and performance standards. B. Selecting the best teaching methods for the course. C. Choosing textbooks and resources. D. Deciding on the examination format. 10. When considering the needs of adult learners, which of the following strategies should an instructor use? A. Present material in long, continuous lectures. B. Focus only on the theoretical aspects of the subject matter. C. Engage learners with practical, real-world examples. D. Avoid any form of assessment during the learning process. 11. Which of the following best describes an effective method for encouraging active learning in adult education? A. Lecturing for extended periods without interruption. E. Incorporating discussions, group work, and hands-on activities. C. Giving only written assignments for self-study. Avoiding any technological tools or interactive elements. 12. What role does feedback play in adult learning? A. It reinforces learned material and helps adjust learning approaches. B. It is not necessary as adults learn independently. C. It only serves as a form of critique without offering constructive guidance. D. It should only be provided at the end of the learning process. 13. What is a primary challenge in curriculum development for adult learners? A. Adults are generally uninterested in learning. B. Adults typically prefer complex, theoretical knowledge without application. C. Balancing content complexity with practical application to meet diverse learner needs. D. Adults require more repetitive content to retain information. 14. In the context of adult education, which of the following is considered a barrier to learning? A. Clear objectives and structured feedback. B. Irrelevant content and a lack of real-world application. C. Active participation and engagement. D. Flexible learning schedules and formats. 15. Which method is most effective for enhancing learner motivation in a professional development course? A. Focusing on irrelevant content to make the course entertaining. E. Providing opportunities for self-directed learning and goal setting. C. Giving grades based on memorization of facts only. D. Creating a competitive environment among learners. 16. In designing assessments, what is the main advantage of using performance-based tasks? A. They assess theoretical knowledge only. E. They measure practical application of skills in real-world contexts. C. They require minimal preparation from the instructor. D. They focus exclusively on written skills. 17. How can an educator ensure that assessments are fair and unbiased? By using standardized tests for all students, regardless of background. B. By ensuring that assessment methods align with learning objectives and are relevant to all learners. C. By administering unmoderated peer evaluations. D. By choosing arbitrary grading systems based on personal preferences. 18. What is one of the key factors that influence the success of mentorship programs? A. Mismatched mentor-mentee relationships. B. Clearly defined goals and expectations for both parties. C. Focusing only on the mentor's experiences. D. Limited communication and feedback between mentor and mentee. 19. What type of assessment would be most appropriate to measure the application of specific technical skills in a profession? A. Multiple choice exams. E. Practical skills assessments and simulations. C. Oral presentations. D. Research papers. 20. Which of the following would be considered a best practice in adult learning? A. Allowing learners to explore concepts at their own pace without guidelines. B. Focusing primarily on memorization and recall of information. C. Providing opportunities for collaborative learning and peer feedback. D. Ignoring the varying learning styles of adult students. 21. How can technology enhance the adult learning experience in professional settings? A. By replacing all traditional methods of learning with online tools. B. By providing access to interactive simulations, resources, and communication platforms. C. By limiting the use of technology to maintain a traditional learning environment. D. By allowing for more theoretical text-based learning methods. 22. What is a common pitfall to avoid in professional development programs? A. Designing programs that meet the specific needs of adult learners. B. Failing to provide feedback during the learning process. C. Encouraging critical thinking and problem-solving skills. D. Incorporating real-world case studies and practical applications. 23. Which of the following is a primary objective of the special purpose examination? A. To assess a candidate's ability to pass theoretical exams only. E. To evaluate the practical application of skills in a professional setting. C. To determine the general knowledge of a candidate in unrelated fields. D. To measure a candidate's theoretical understanding without application. 24. When evaluating the effectiveness of a professional training program, what is the most important metric? A. The number of participants who pass the final exam. B. The practical application and transfer of learned skills to the workplace. C. The duration of the training program. D. The total cost of the program. 25. How does adult learning theory impact the design of professional development courses? It suggests that adults prefer abstract learning with no application. B. It emphasizes the importance of immediate, practical application and learner engagement. C. It promotes passive learning through lectures and textbooks only. D. It focuses on theoretical knowledge without hands-on experiences. 26. Which of the following is an example of formative assessment in a training program? A. A final exam at the end of the course. B. A hands-on project completed throughout the course. C. A certification test given after the program ends. D. A peer-reviewed paper submission. 27. What is the best approach for instructors to take when dealing with diverse learners in a professional training setting? A. Treat all learners the same, as their needs do not vary significantly. E. Tailor instruction to accommodate various learning styles and experiences. C. Focus on one learning style and expect all learners to adapt. D. Ignore learner backgrounds and provide uniform materials for all. 28. Which of the following would be most effective for creating a collaborative learning environment in professional training? A. Encouraging competition between participants. B. Creating opportunities for team projects and peer feedback. C. Allowing learners to work in isolation without group interaction. D. Focusing solely on individual performance and achievement.